Hello and welcome everyone. This is the first question of data lemur. So in this question, basically LinkedIn want to hire one candidate for a data science job. So basically they want to hire only that students who are proficient in Python, Tableau and PostgreSQL. So the student should have these skill. Okay, means these three skills are mandatory. So this is the requirement, and for that they have given this candidates table. So I'm not going to make this video so long because I want to solve this question by two methods. So let's say if you are a beginner, whether you are experienced, so you can take this both methods. If someone is a beginner, then they can take the first methods, for them, because I'm not going to use any advanced topic in this. And the second time I will use join to solve this question. Great. So if you want to watch this video till the end, like if you want to cover both of the steps, then you can watch this video till the end. And for the second part, if you want directly skip, then you can go on that by watching the chapter into the descriptions. Okay, great. Let's begin. So basically, first thing is we need to filter the students, right? And they should have the skills Python, Tableau, and PostgreSQL. So this is the table given. Now let's have the select, okay, from candidates. So basically, I'm getting the information from the candidates table. Candidates, okay. Now, basically, they are asking to only fetch the candidate list, right? So we will write the candidate ID only in the select clause. So candidate ID. Now I have taken the candidate ID from the candidates, but the requirement is that those candidates must have the Python, Tableau, and PostgreSQL skills. So in simply, we can pass where skill in, okay, and let's pass this Python, Tableau, and PostgreSQL. Okay, let's add into the codes. Let's remove this and well, so we are done with here. Like, let me tell you what result it will return if I will run this query. So it will return all the candidate ID, whoever having the skills one of from this list. So basically this is tuple. Now from Python, Tableau or Postgre, if any of the skills will have, then those candidates will appear in the output, right? But we don't need those all. We need that particular or those specific students who have these three skills. So what I'm going to do is basically now if you are able to understand this question, so we need to filter once again, right? And those students should have the skills and like Python, Tableau, and Postgre. Means if we will filter like that skill, the count of skill of the student is equal to 3, then we can understand that this student is our student, right? We can hire him or her. So I'm going to use having clause here, having, you know, count of skill equal to 3. Now, this code is not perfect because we are using having clause. We cannot use having without a group by because having always used with conjunction of group by. So I will write group by here and directly you can write, candidate ID. Candidate ID. So now if we will run this code, so what will happen? It will fetch all the candidates who have the skills from this list, and the count of a skill will be equal to 3. Means this Python, Tableau, and PostgreSQL, these only 3 skills will have, right? Now what I'm going to do is now in the last they're asking for candidate, sorting the result, right? So let's make order by and the candidate ID. So order by candidate ID, and they are asking for ascending order. So by default, it will be sorted in ascending, but I can like give the ascending as well. Now, if you'll run this code, it will give you this two, right? The candidate 1 to 3 and 1 4 7 are the best, like they have these 3 scale. Now let's try by submitting the code. So here, if you'll see, it has been accepted, right? Now let's solve the question by using a different topic, like different, approach. So how we can solve this question is, let's say, for example, in this we have candidate ID and skill, means only two columns and the one table, right? So if you want to solve this question, so what if we will assume that there are three tables? Just assume there are three tables. And why three? Because they have set the three skills. Okay, they have set the three skills. So what we can do is, we can assume that there are three tables, and from each table, right, we can fetch the each skill. So let me show you what I mean to say is, just let's write select, and then in the from clause, I'm going to write the table name candidates. Okay, candidates. Now let's give the alias of C1. Even I think if you are watching this video, then definitely you know join. And in join, we have something called self join. Means whenever if we have a particular like single table and we don't have other, and we want to make a join for the like with the same table, then we use self join. And for the notation, we don't have self join, but we can use the self join by just passing the different alias. Now here I'm going to pass like from candidate C1, and then let's join it, a normal join, inner join. And here I'm going to pass the candidates table again. But here what I will do is I will pass the alias C2. Okay. And I'm going to do the same. Okay. Join candidates as a C3. Now, for joining them, we need something called on clause, right? We need to tell the query that there is a common table. So here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to write that in on clause C1 dot candidate ID. Okay, this is going to be a common equal to C2 dot. Well, so basically there is one problem. My bad. How I can write here? So from this join here. Okay. Now equal to C2 dot candidate ID. Okay, the candidate ID. Now again for the third one, what I will do, I will write on, then C2 dot candidate ID equal to C3 dot candidate ID. Now if you are being confused here, so I'm doing nothing but let me show you what result it will return if I will ask for like everything from this. So basically there can be one problem. Okay, there can be one problem. So because there will be like lots of mixed up column, so it can throw an error. So that's why I'm going to take the only candidate ID. Now let me show you by running this code. Okay, great. It's throwing an error now. It's saying operator does not exist, integer equal to candidates. Okay, great, no problem. So what I can do is now here if it's throwing an error, so basically let's make it filter. Okay. Now let's write the complete query. So basically I have joined this table like three times. So 1, 2, and 3. So definitely in this table, right, we will have the candidates and the skill, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take from C1 table. Okay, from C1 table I'm going to take the skill. Okay, and that skill we can take one of the one of from them. So let's take the Python here. Okay, Python. Then again what we can do is like the second skill we need is where and C2 from C2 table. Okay, from C2 table, let's go for Tableau. Okay, so let me do one thing. Let me copy and paste. Yeah, let me copy and paste it quickly. So C2 and again one more and clause, and here this will be C3. Okay, now we can write it like this way, and in the sheet from C2 we can take the Tableau. Okay, and from the C3 I can take the PostgreSQL. Got it? Means what we are doing is we are taking these three skills, right? And like, we are using and, so all these skills should be must, all the conditions should be true, then it will return. So I think we are done till here. Like, select C1 dot candidate ID from candidate C1, C2, C3. Yeah. Now, just if we will run this code, so it will return. Okay, there is one error. It's saying operator does not exist. Means what? Okay, let's check from the line by line. Select C1 dot candidate ID is fine. Then I'm joining this to table from this join C2 on C1 dot candidate ID equal to, okay, here is comma basically. This is the problem. C2 dot candidate ID and then C3 on C2 dot candidate ID equal to C3 dot candidate ID. Okay, now this is fine. Now let's run this code. So see, we are having the same result, right? That we were earlier having. So now if I will submit this code, it will be accepted. See, so this is the way how you can solve this question by using self-join. So guys, if you like this video, then don't forget to like and subscribe my channel, because I'm going to upload all the questions, like, whatever will be free. So I will try to solve all the question and I will upload into the same playlist. So if you will subscribe this channel, then you will watch that all and you will master the SQL. Okay, then bye bye. Let's see you again in the another video.